If you're the information and broadcasting minister, what would you say about, as I'm saying, episodes like Samay Raina, Ranveer Allahbadia?
See, this is not just India.
And
this happens in the States and everywhere else now because the freedom of expression is being abused. We have to decide one thing with the internet. Is there freedom of expression or is there not? Because the moment you give me a menu card and say, can't do, there's no freedom of expression. End of the day,
actually, the Constitution does say you can do, can't do.
Vikram, some Nazi zealot wants to talk about Nazism. They have a right to. We hate it. We deny it. We don't want nothing to do with it. But freedom of expression is freedom of expression. So you have ISIS supporters trying to recruit people. That's freedom of expression also. So where do you draw the line? That's my question. If you want full
actually,
freedom of
as per the Constitution, if you're recruiting, if there are ISIS people recruiting people, and it's a threat to law and order and public society, the Constitution says there are some checks on freedom of.
So if there are checks on freedom of expression, be very clear about them because I don't think they're clear. Okay, now
valid point. You should be clear about what the
from ISIS and Nazis, etc. Lower down the totem pole, we come to Kunal Kamra and Samay Raina and Ranveer. And others, there are many more lesser known people, but they've also had trouble. Do they warrant such punishment? I don't think so. I think it's ridiculous.
Should it be a criminal case is, of course, a very open-ended question. If people are getting offended by it, by parents pe joke kiya, and even the courts actually said it is just a sort of a joke.
But you don't watch it, no? You know this is a kind of risque humor that they're trying to promote. What's the big deal? I don't understand. Just let them do their thing. You don't be part of it. How come you are part of it? That's the question you should ask society. How do you know about all this? Because you have been secretly watching, and then you're with that building uncle who pretends to be all pious and religious and correct, and then he's looking at young girls on, in some porn film when nobody's watching. So there's a lot of that hypocrisy going around, which is unnecessary. There's a show called Tony Hinchcliffe. The show is a basic ripoff of Tony Hinchcliffe's show. If you see that show, it's much worse than what Samay and gang were doing. And that's what it is. So you only watch it because you're almost like embarrassed by the conversation. That's the USP. So come on, guys. They're not building bridges or, but what are they doing? As in, they're not, destroying things.
So you're saying they're not actually inciting violence or...
Of course not.
So it's a bad example to use.
It's pop culture. Don't watch it. Does Rocky Savan define your life? What is that other girl, Urfi or something? I mean, they're harmless. Do what they want. I mean, but you and me are not necessarily going to follow them, but
So if you're not actually ISIS recruiting people or blowing up bridges, that's
be
fine.
Clear.
Pretty much hai.
Mantri
if
sir,
you're cracking jokes,
Mantri
you don't
sir,
like it.
Baat to suno. Be clear.
आप मंत्री हैं, मैं नहीं मंत्री.
मैं मंत्री नहीं हूँ.
You're the one who wants to become a मंत्री.
होगा, शायद.
So your law would be to your way of implementing.
Be very clear. Have a menu card. Be very clear. Even as a writer or whatever, we're trying to do a show. Be very clear that we know what not to do. So-called democracy. So it's whatever. It's 80% democracy. Be clear about it. That's it. Okay. So why are we going after these guys now? There's some serious crap on the internet which is dangerous, spewing venom, real venom, etc. There are guys trying to be funny. Another guy's trying to make an edgy show, and his target audience is like 20 to 25, 30, something like that. Why are the old uncles watching it and feeling, Sanskriti or Parampara? These two words have to be thrown out. Throw these words out. I'm sick of hearing these words. Apna Sanskriti, apna Parampara. Suddenly you become this great mythological figure talking from heaven. Stop all this nonsense. What is your Sanskriti? What is his Sanskriti? What is my Sanskriti? It's not like one common Sanskriti.
But wait a minute, you're saying that it's freedom of speech. You're allowed to make edgy jokes, but you can't use the word Sanskriti and Parampara. What sort of censorship
It's overused. It's overused.
Look at your censorship
it's
now.
Overused. It's like, it's just unnecessary. You can't keep using those words to stop people having a conversation.